At the pussy.
That's supposed to be your man's.
They ain't really mans like that anymore.
Hold on, let me show you.
And we knew that.
They ain't mans like
but
that.
we knew that.
Nah,
we knew they say each other's family, but we knew how it was. We knew like
you just get money.
Well, yeah, we knew
you,
if it comes down to if somebody's gonna snake somebody else. I just didn't think it would be like that. I didn't think it would be
bro.
April Jones snaking.
Come on, bro.
Okay, I can see why Lil feels.
Yeah, I'm sorry, son. I see it.
She got a.
She thinking shit, bro.
She got
the meats.
Well, I was talking about her ass on her face. So she
cute. I don't know. I liked the way she looked. I thought she was look. If I didn't see if when I saw her face, I was like, you could pass up on that.
Mm-hmm.
When you see her face and then you see her ass, alright, listen.
I don't know.
We gotta have a discussion. I'd have came at my man like, listen. I know this is your baby mama, and I know I shouldn't do this shit. I gotta tell you, she keep coming over here. I'm not going to be able to stop myself, and I'm gonna let you know you gotta get her.
I'm like, look, bro.
I'm not saying. Y'all could bad like I said y'all ugly or something. I'm just saying I just like.
I don't know. I thought she was fire.
I never saw the hype about what's Kanye's ex joint, the roller bitch. Not a roller, and Rose. And the
she had a nice ass, but I don't think she's all that cute.
She's.
And she ain't got no hair.
I think she's like a solid 8.5.
Right now.
I think.
Sample more dick than Kanye.
I think Amber Rose is a solid 8.5 though. But
fuck that bitch, man.
I mean, bro, come on, bro.
Are we dead ass right now? What are we doing? Amber Rose is a fuck that bitch.
I don't know. She fine with me. I wouldn't know if there's nobody over her.
I had Jennifer Lopez.
She don't.
Men are useless until they're like 33. Fuck that bitch too.
But
you got 5 husbands.
Look,
she happened to marry her though.
I mean, I'm saying, bitch, are you 60? You've been sucking dick since you was 20. So you mean you was wasting your time sucking dicks for 13 years?
Hey.
Come on, man, fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here.
All I know is
she a solid 8.
I would
at 50. Jennifer Lopez.
No, y'all talking about April Jones, and then you gotta know this. Like Jennifer Lopez is like 8.5.
Yeah, because her
you bug. Her butt what?
J-Lo better than that, bro.
Facts.
She better than
her butt is what?
Okay, let me put it this way. When she's fired, and when she was April's age,
she was 50.
At 50.
She's a 15.
If I don't do
bro.
10, she a 9.87779.
At 50, bro. I'm talking about J-Lo.
J-Lo bad at 50.
But she lost a lot of weight. That's all I'm saying.
She's
dead. She had
what up?
The meats.
Got the meats.
I'm trying to start this podcast like 3-4 times. All right.
What Sam got yams. You feel what I'm saying to you? Let's go.
What up?
Hey, plus
Hey, plus it. Hey, MVP.
Hey, you was a booger, I'll pick you first, girl.
Yeah.
Hey, what up?
What up?
It's your man B.
Boy T.
And this is
on the ride up.
Hey, this is episode 9 now. We had a little bit of a break, you know.
Oh yeah.
Vacations and stress relieving
life
situation. And it's been a good week. I'm happy, man.
Yeah.
I'm happy, man.
It's been an interesting week.
Yeah.
Interesting week.
I got to see my little nephew this afternoon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was at T's crib.
We got a couple guests today. We're gonna start over again with everything.
Yeah.
He started.
Alright. My bad.
It's all good, brother. Hey, Rell, is your phone on?
Oh, it's on silent. It's on silent.
Okay.
Just to show you.
I was just saying. I just wanted to make it. I maybe should be forgetting. I don't know.
Hey, look.
Every episode.
My bad. We're gonna add that as a flag. We're gonna flag that. Receiver breaking or not. I think we might leave that in. Anyway. Right. Happy good days, good week. Good week in DC sports. Good couple weeks in DC sports. The Nationals won. We can get back to it.
Sure. I guess it's a good week in DC sports. How?
We should still be living off the high the Nationals won.
I mean, absolutely.
And the Capitals are in the front.
They're looking good.
In hockey.
my guess is they're gonna be definitely in the hunt for that.
Oh yeah, I mean playoffs and then anything that happens, but we're just
District champions.
living the moment. That's what I. we still high optimistics. They're gonna have a parade in March or April, whatever. And
Yeah, it's gonna be in the spring.
yeah,
I think they're gonna do that to set up the next. I think it's smarter to do it.
yeah.
You know?
To get the almost like the
They normally be there.
Be warm, be ready to jump in there.
You can get to see the meats.
So this week there was another entertainment wise. This has been a good week because Disney Plus started. They launched their app. They launched their streaming service, and they had one of the coolest shows, Star Wars properties that I've seen in a minute. It's called The Mandolorian. And we didn't. My bad. It's episode 9 on the ride up. We got our special guest Rell.
Back again.
We got our big bro from episode 1, my big bro.
Here?
You know what I mean? And if you want to know who designed the graphic art that you see every time you play one of our podcasts, designed by Willpower, go look him up on IG.
I did do that.
I did do that,
That's
didn't I?
a squeak down in my spare time.
And we need to type just the type so we can change. But anyway,
Yeah, we do that.
We do in-house. That's some in-house stuff. And we are definitely still sponsored by High Style.
Hey.
Find them on IG. Find them online. All you have to do is type in High Style and you can find the
Absolutely.
the website.
Absolutely.
You can order some stuff. Anyway, so yeah, Disney Plus, bro. The Mandalorian. Let's start with the actual show. Then we're gonna get into the Disney Plus overall. Rell didn't watch it because he's bound. But
Look, man, all week. Guarantee I'm watching it tomorrow, though.
Gotcha.
Big
So,
facts.
What you got, T?
so when I started watching it, because I watched it 3 times so far.
Super fan.
Yeah. 4. So I'm on I can't even talk to nobody.
Well, okay, so the reason why I had to watch it 3 times, 1 is because I had to make sure that I didn't miss anything. 2 is because all 3 different times I didn't have to the privacy of my own home watching it. One time I was watching it on my way to work. One time I was watching it at work. And one time I finally got to watch it at home. So I watched it 3 times, just different settings.
Right.
So I saw the fight scenes is at the 3rd, but then I actually got to watch it and see at the very end. And I think everybody got got that at the end,
Let's hit the reviews of the show before we hit that spoiler at the end.
Okay.
So, Will, what you think of the show, bro?
I thought it was good. I thought it was real good. It's a pilot episode. You can feel it. It feels like a pilot. But as pilots go, because a lot of time pilots are trash. Even if they have the hook in it, they're trash. This pilot was really good. It was really good. Got me wanting to come back to the second episode, see where they're going with this. Had they had the stuff I wanted to see in it, and then they had couple little extra things that you want to see happen to kind of hook you to come back for that show. They did a good job. I like it.
Yeah, I watched it too first night, first day. It's dope, man. They had Easter eggs from the prequels, they had Easter eggs from the original trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
They mastered the carbonite. That was dope. He did it on the ship. In Empire Strikes Back, they had a whole contraption. They had to drop Luke. They had to trap him in there. But that man would just hit him with a switch. They had a rack of Easter eggs for all 6 properties, and yeah, man. And the Mandalorian, he talked a lot more than I thought he was gonna talk. Because I thought he was gonna be strong, silent type, be like Grand Theft Auto.
It did give that impression from the trailer to get that impression. The one thing that I liked about the Mandalorian, not but one of the things, and it sort of made me look at the rest of the movies differently. It's the way it's filmed and the way it's set up. It's I got sucked in I was about to watch a whole movie. And I sort of felt with the with the WTF moment where it's man, imagine if none of those were actually movies. At least these last couple ones that came out, they didn't make those movies, and they got to actually, stretch it out to be like a TV show. How much more you could have gotten as far as material and understanding.
Story
so
and
it's I'm looking so much forward to watching The Mandalorian because I know that it's not going to be stuffed in 2 hours.
Right.
It's gonna be spread out and continued on. And now that they have a platform, they can, you know what I'm saying, explain and fill in so many different gaps as far as the timelines and the galaxy is concerned. On top of it being a great show, and I don't think I've been let down from what Star Wars has done.
Right. Disney Star Wars.
Period. No. So I guess I it took me a decade to find out that people didn't like the
prequels?
It took me a decade to find out, because when I was watching them, when I was in the theater, like when Darth Maul was in there, everybody was going crazy. I didn't know those movies weren't good.
I think after the second one is when I started hearing all the backlash about them being bad. The first one, I think everybody was just happy to have it back, and then the second one, people was like, So then I started to hear the uprising, but we didn't have social media like we do now. But I knew there was a lot of people who didn't. I started to not like him because I started to see what it was like. Y'all put a lot of
bad dialogue.
Yeah, the dialogue. But that's why I had a problem. I had a problem with the dialogue.
So for me, the reason why I didn't realize it is because though I did watch the first ones that came out, before our time, I watched them. I wouldn't call myself a Star Wars fan. Okay? The prequels made me a Star Wars fan.
There's a
lot of people like that.
I think part of that is because I bought into Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker.
See, we've talked about this and off. You're the only person that I know that likes Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker.
I thought he did a good job as Anakin.
He's super flat. Everything falls flat. The chemistry between him and Natalie
non-existent.
That's her fault.
I believe it's both their fault.
Blame it on her. Listen,
you can't put me with a chick and I don't even know what to tell you. So
there's no man ever responsible for a flat relationship with a woman. It's always the woman's fault.
Okay. I can see how you get there.
So send all your hate mail.
I can see how you get there. I can see how you got there.
Send all your hate DMs to highstyle_verse. Start with the patriarchy and the misogyny.
I'm just being honest. Look, seriously. Okay, I like Hayden Christensen because I felt like, you said he was fat. I felt like I think he really did a good job of displaying that progression. I think he was a good vessel for that progression of being, this hungry, eager kid to being like this tormented soul.
Maybe more in the second one, but in the third one, it's not there. It's not for me.
I didn't see
in my perspective, the Jedi evil. Shut the
They too many
You
jumps.
sound like Yoda right now. You didn't sound like Hayden. You sound like Yoda.
He was trying to sound like Yoda.
But he made too many. His jumps between where he was mentally. They were no connective tissue between them. It's not that they shouldn't exist. It's just that the connective, like the thought process. I don't know. I don't see the movement.
So was that Hayden or was that the director?
To be perfectly honest, no. This is what I'm gonna hate on him, but yeah, I think it's both.
All right, so let's get back.
I'm gonna hate on Christian. I'm not gonna hate on the director.
Let's get back to the meat of pause. Let's get back.
Pause.
All right, let's take a second so Brian can get back. Let's to the meat.
Let's get to the really
Barbies.
Yeah,
He wants the meat. No copyright. Barbies.
What the end of The Mandalorian showed us was that there was a little Yoda.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody knows the name of their species. Like,
no, it doesn't exist.
Complete mystery about Yodas. I'm just gonna call them Yodas. Like I call my niece a Yoda when she was born.
That's funny.
Little kitty.
Looking funny.
I don't know what to tell you.
Little funny little. That's what kids they do.
My
But they have a
son
baby.
looks like Braun Strowman, so alright.
There's a baby Yoda at the end of the show, and I just want y'all theories on what y'all think about what direction are they going with that?
Honestly, I don't know what to think. I mean, straight
I
up.
was
I was caught off guard. I was just like,
I was caught off guard.
It was just another
it was definitely
old snap moment. Like, yo, it was Yoda. What?
yeah.
Really?
WTF
I know I know the theories that are out there.
Okay.
But in the moment when I saw it, I was just like, hold up, what? They put that in The Mandalorian? It's The Mandalorian. I'm like, I didn't expect that to be in The Mandalorian. I didn't know they were going to connect it. Yeah, I didn't know they were going to connect it like that. Yeah, so they got me. But the things that are out there, it's little theories that, because there is, and I guess some people missed it, that there's a female Yoda. She was on the council. So some people, and it was 50 years ago, which was the last time you would have seen them together.
Okay.
So then, like, well, did they do something and made a little yodel baby? All right. So then you got that. Then there's the clone theory because everybody's on all about the clones right now.
Brian heads towards the
I think he's a clone.
And then,
or she.
And I think the last thing is, it made my mind went here. I know some other people's mind went here is. They in the original series, he says, he was the chosen one. Like, no, but there is another. We always in that context when it was said, the other was the sister. But what if they trying to go another way with it? What if the other ain't the sister?
So let me ask you a question.
What the other is him?
Yeah,
because you say you think it's a clone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the last time a Yoda was seen, or this female Yoda was seen, was at least 50 years ago, right? In order to clone Yoda, how would you get his DNA? Like,
Yoda went to Camino, where all the stormtrooper clones were.
Okay.
And he has and by the way, there's another something they pointed out on. I watch everything, so I can't tell you who pointed this out. But in the prequels, he says that the Anakin has the highest number of midichlorians in his blood since Yoda, which means Yoda's DNA has got to be on file.
Okay.
So maybe that I didn't even I was like, okay.
There's a bunch of reasons. Like, he could be clone, could be. Some people, time loop, stay closed. Like,
I'm not going with anything with time.
Weird
clones
theories.
though.
Yeah. Clones are a major part of Star Wars that hasn't returned since the prequels. Yeah. And I think it's about time that it comes, whether it's in the main movie in The Rise of Skywalker, whether Rey's a clone, who knows, or this right here.
I'm down with all the clone theories. If there's a clone theory up there, I'm probably supporting.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, but like, how y'all feel about Disney Plus as a streaming service?
I don't know how to I can't speak for people beyond my generation, but as an 80s baby, my generation, I think our heads are still exploding. Like, every time you hear that's one of our heads exploding, because that means somebody's going through the app,
something's there,
finding something else.
Right.
That's like, oh my God, I can't believe this is it. Mm-hmm. Everybody I know is watching all the old cartoons. Mm-hmm. Excited to be able to stream pretty much every one of the MCUs. Right. To be able to watch the X-Men cartoons. I mean, and to the point where you're like forgetting things. It's like, oh my God, I forgot about this. Like, I'd forgotten about Bonkers. As much as I loved Bonkers when I was little,
I don't know Bonkers.
I forgot about Bonkers, and it was only because it was a morning cartoon.
Yeah, I forgot about
Bonkers was a morning cartoon.
Is Chippendale on?
Oh yeah, Chippendale.
Now he's gonna make me go back.
Chippendale. Oh yeah.
Tailspin?
Tailspin. Oh yes. Tailspin. Darkwing Duck.
You've been really digging through this. You've been digging in the crates.
Dangerous. I've been waiting for this.
You've been digging in the crates.
I've been waiting for so
this is like that's definitely like
because Baloo is like one of my favorite characters of all time.
Yeah.
Like he's like Jack Burton, Sam Malone, Baloo. He's up there for me. Like Baloo's my man. The best pilot, man. He's the best pilot. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Baloo made
those afternoon cartoons.
I have Tailspin higher than Top Gun when it comes to flying. Yeah. Because Baloo is just, I love Tom Cruise, but Baloo is just the man. Baloo is the man. And shame on Rebecca for not giving my man what she's supposed to be giving him. You feel me? Hard time don't count.
Yeah.
If hard time is number one on your list of things to give a dude, you are failing. And that's why your life is miserable. So you need to ask yourself, is number one thing you giving a man is a hard time. You need to revive your life.
So again, send your complaints way
_verse.
Not me.
On Instagram. It's Glenn Swagmeyer on
Okay.
Don't send them to me. I'm just enjoying.
We're just co-hosts right here.
Just enjoying the antics. I'm good.
I'm just saying.
So as far as navigating the app, how you feel about that?
So naturally you're gonna once you jump into the app, you're gonna scroll through it and you're gonna see the layout. You're gonna see things you're looking for.
As we speak, we got Rell downloaded.
Hey, look, man.
Downloaded.
Like I said, it's been a busy week, man.
Also quiet.
So what's gonna happen?
Our trolls, man.
What's gonna happen is once you've sort of started navigating through it and actually picking content to watch, then you'll step back and start comparing it to your most used platform, which would be Netflix. I use Netflix on my phone, so that's what I'm going to compare it to. Now, at home, there's Hulu available on the Fire Stick. So, but the platform is different on the Fire Stick than it is on your phone. So I don't know how that would compare as far as streaming. But I will say this: Netflix still is above and beyond right now as far as the way they go about doing things. As far as being able to, when you're watching an episodic series, once one goes off, the next one comes on in chronological order. Whereas on Disney right now, at least right now, it's standalone episode. You watch one episode and then it's back to the main screen.
And you called it in our group chat that the crash is on the first.
I definitely called that, and I said the reason why I thought it was gonna crash is because it's gonna be so many people that are they done a great, and it's a testament to Disney. It's a testament to the work they've done. I didn't say it in a as attacking them. Yeah. I said it in a way where it's like, it's going to be so big and so people will be so hungry for it that everybody's going to be on it at the same time. And and to be honest with you, thinking back on it, I'm not even sure that's what caused a crash, but all I do know is at least for a 2-hour span, it was down. It was down. It was down. Different messages for different people, and then after it started coming back up, all the content wasn't available.
Yeah, so when I first signed up, it was at work during the middle of the day, and I got on, and I couldn't watch Mandolorian because of the, I guess traffic or whatever, just an error occurred. But then I watched Endgame for the second time, and Endgame's.
So by the time you watched Endgame, that's a 3-hour movie. By the time that came on, it was no problem.
So I came home and I got to watch it. So Mandalorian was definitely a great anchor. The launch of, and there was a couple of other
I have a
weirdo like high school music too.
Well, they have to make content for everybody.
Yeah.
So I think for us,
my thing was because it was different for me because I had heard that Mandalorian might drop like overnight.
I think we both you live in Bernie, I live in Orlando, but we were both watching it at the same time. It's like almost as soon as the app loaded.
So I downloaded the app on Monday, so overnight into Tuesday, cause I'm up late anyways, that I could like just hit the little button as soon as it do clear. So I'm checking it, and then it hit, and so I went ahead and downloaded it. So I never had any problem with the.
The download part was fine for me. I had no problem downloading.
Yeah.
It was actually just watching stuff.
It was watching everything else, because once I went to go watch other stuff, which was later on when everybody else started to catch up.
So you got through the whole Mandalorian episode.
Yeah.
I fell asleep on the first.
Oh, that's right. You did.
So I don't count that one. I fell asleep on that. I was like 10 minutes in and I fell asleep because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
So I think we all agree that Disney Plus got a little bit of growing up to do as far as an app.
I think they recovered well, at least in that.
I'm not talking about the crashes.
Oh yeah.
But I'm talking about the features, the French features that like you see.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel as.
It's not.
I don't know.
It's not complete.
You can tell they just put this app out versus Netflix who got this app out for years now. You can tell them.
If they ask me, T, what's the one thing you? But even beyond the repeat, like the episodes playing back to back. I need to be able to minimize.
You want picture in picture.
Yeah, I want a picture in picture because it's like there's so many things I want to do. It's like you holding me hostage, and I'm going to click out. You know what I'm saying? If I got other things to do, I'm gonna click out.
Right.
I gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Come back.
Pretty much rebooted in a sense. I don't want to do that.
Right. So
Whereas,
I experienced it on a laptop, and then I experienced it on my Fire Stick, and I agree. Like everything you said, like it's not as